Good evening, my friends, and welcome back to Graveyard Keeper. I am Nero, and we are still playing Graveyard Keeper. I know, we've got other stories, we've got other games, we want to get into those, but it's very important to me that I finish stories when I start them. It's very important when I start a game, I finish it, because I grew up not doing that, and that's been a problem for a while. I need stone. So, how have you been? I'm actually very excited. This is the first time in a while that I can say I have been recording in advance. Look, it's very exciting. It's a very exciting time for me, right? We requested a bunch of bodies. I kind of forgot what we were doing. It's fine. But the important thing is, we're playing again, and I'm recording in advance. I am recording beforehand. Oh, this is good. Let's throw some preservative in there. Preservative injection, glue injection, halts the body's decay. Yes. Okay. So this is a good start. Yeah, this is a great start to the day. I am recording in advance. I keep saying that. I know. I'm repeating myself because I haven't hydrated. So let's go ahead and hydrate if you haven't already. You probably have. You're doing good about that. But yes, I am excited because for the first time in months, I am recording in advance, which means I need to set a timer. It's a whole thing. I was there, you were there. Yeah, see, that's why the two-person shows generally do better, because you have one person doing this sort of stuff. You can have somebody to kind of bounce stuff off of. You know, like a wall. I bounce stuff off of walls all the time. Okay, we've got all the stone we need. Now we just need to work it. No diggity. I have no idea where we were at. That's okay. We still need to work at getting to where we can go home, because I think that will be the goal. And I'm sure, much like all the other games that are like this, that's not really the goal. The goal is the game. The game is the goal. But not for me, and not this time. The goal for me is to go home. Because yes, we're the Graveyard Keeper, and we're great at it, by the way. Best Graveyard Keeper any of these people have seen in years. I keep this graveyard like no one else, because no one else keeps the graveyard, which is a problem. Because of the undead and disease and pestilence, you know, all that fun stuff. Piece of marble. Okay. Interesting. Marble repair kit. But now we can make... nope, that's not what I wanted. Now we can make marble stuff. But to make marble stuff, we have to make a bunch of stone stuff. Gravestone 2. You know what? We can just make 10 of them. And then turn them right back into stone. The main reason we're doing this is because it gives us 5 blue every time. How have you been? How are things going for you? How's life? How's the family? How's the friends? How's the project that you've been working on that you haven't been telling anybody about because it's none of their business, but you also are kind of happy with how it's turning out, but you don't want to spoil it by telling everybody how it's going? How's that going? How's that thing specifically you don't want to tell anybody about going? I've been working on a project for my own sake. I have a lot of older video games that I can't play the physical copies anymore because I don't have the right connections and everything, but I do own the games. So I am building a library of emulator games that I own. So it's okay for me to do this. There's another corpse. It's been days. Of course there's another corpse. But I have missed a lot of the games that I used to play as a kid. You know, that's the games I grew up with. The Super Nintendos and the Game Boy Colors and the original Xbox and stuff like that. And sure, some of them... Four and four, huh? Okay. That's not necessarily a bad thing because the reds don't impact their capacity to work. It's just, yeah. Classic video games. Yes, very excited about that. There's a lot of options for accessing some of the older games. I like GOG. I love GOG. Great old games. Get a lot of my old games on that. But then there's ones that you can't get on there. And the only option is find them elsewhere. So that's what I've been doing. And I regret nothing. I regret so many things now. Because I just made all these gravestones, and now I have to turn gravestones into stones. It's a really inefficient way, but it still gets us blue, so I'm not going to complain too much about it. I should set up one of these stations and have a zombie doing this, but that requires having a zombie. And I don't have any spare zombies. All my zombies are... Oh, right. There's only so much energy and so many hours in a day. What else? I am considering making a significant change to my appearance. A little nerve-wracking, but I think it's time. I think it's time to let go of my long hair. Now, don't get me wrong. I have grown attached to this hair, and it has grown attached to me. The biggest issue I'm having right now is that, especially overnight in the summer, I am just sweltering. It is just a mane of fur that traps heat and makes me suffer. I had crushed red pepper on my pizza for lunch, and it is still tingly. Yeah, let's take all of our hemp. And then let's replant all of our hemp. I think we have just enough. Oh, we can do one more. We can do one more, which is what we've been after. Onions, pumpkin, beet, cabbage, hemp. We can't do quite one more. Okay. We'll get there. Oh, this zombie can do stuff. He's just farming. Yeah. Can I put you here? I can, but you can only break certain stuff down there. Right. That's why it has to be that. It has to be a stonecutter too. Well, I'll just put him right there. That's fine. And I think I can actually get rid of my stonecutter 1 with that being the case. Yeah! Look at that. So clever. I am such a clever boy. Yes, long hair means sleeping is swelteringly uncomfortable. Okay, you are going to take every single... You're going to take every single thing of these that I make, and you are going to turn it right back into stone. I am going to continue to make stone and stone-based products. It's a good time. Been playing Mecha Chameleon with friends. That's still a great party game. Okay, should I... Oh, you finished, I'm guessing. Which means that you won't do stuff until I have more Gravestone 2s for you. And I better put them in a box, otherwise it won't work. There we go. Look at me figuring out how the basic systems work. I wonder how many more bodies I'm going to get. I don't know. Hey, remember how I was going to go back to doing the main quest? Main story? All the main stuff? All the main things. Empty table. Quick can I embalm you? 99%. Oh, but you suck. I'm just gonna rip all your body parts out and set you on fire. Because that's what we do. That's what we do here. Just get green from that? Okay. So we did learn we can we access stuff from the shelf? I don't even remember. It's fine. Doesn't matter if we can or not. Sling solution. Hemp. I bet we can sell hemp to dig. Yes. Hemp to dig. We can hemp to dig. Oh. Don't like the way that conjugates. Yeah, so that's been happening. I've been slowing down a little bit on YouTube, not necessarily because I want to, but life, of course. But I have been taking steps to increase the sustainability of me recording. Most notably, I have, of course, as I celebrated today, I've been recording in blocks. So I record this one and then another one, and I'll have 2 recordings. And I don't have to use either of them this week, which is good. I've been cutting down on how much editing I've been doing. I know more heavily edited videos do better. I don't have the time. I have been working at being in a better spirits for it. That's the biggest hurdle with me lately, is that I'm not in the mood. I'm tired all the time. Life's busy. Work sucks. I know. She left me roses by the stairs. But yes, I've been taking steps to do more sustainable things. I've been taking better care of myself. I have been focusing more on my social health as well. It's still not perfect. Still bumpy road ahead. But I am doing anything. So, yay me! And yay you! I am sure you have been working on stuff as well. I am sure you have been desperately trying just to get by, and you're doing it. You're getting by. And sometimes that's the best you can do. But there's the odd moment where you have a flash of inspiration A flash of motivation. Trade. You won't buy hemp. Well, what is it good for then? Dig it. Dig am I? Dear cake, let me let you bake. Dig, you wouldn't mind if I bought some land in your name, right? Dear cake, let you bake. Planning to build a tavern there. Dear cake, let you bake. Nah, you obviously don't mind. It's fine, Dig. I'm benevolent. This isn't elder abuse. Oh. And I have been reading a lot. Did I mention I've been reading a lot? I've been reading a lot. I've been reading so much, which has been really entertaining. Could I buy a piece of land in old Dig's name? Of course. Tell me, he's in good health and high spirits? Yeah, but about his sanity. Poor old Dig, if only you knew. No matter. The cost of the land is 30 silver. Hold that thought. Hold that thought for several days. Are you still holding your thought? Also hold your breath. Also for several days. Hey, they're trying to reboot Stargate and they're trying to do it the right way. So get in on that. Stargate SG-1, classic, amazing show. But then they're like, no, we don't need the original showrunners. We don't need anybody who was involved with the original concept of it. No, we don't need that. Yes, you do. You do need it. You need the people that made it great in the first place because they know what they're doing. If you want to be an absolute corrupt capitalist pig, fine. But at least be smart about it. If the fans, the people that you're going to appeal to, are telling you, hey, do this, just do it. What if I cancel this? Do I get paperback? I do get paperback! And now I can be a paperback writer. Technology. The entire reason we've been doing all this. Master of Alchemy? What does Master of Alchemy do? One extra reagent from your materials. That's dandy. That's handy. But what we mostly need, we need marble. We need marble. Just gonna say it. We need marble. We need marble. And that means we have to spend blue points. That means we have to spend blue points. Grave monuments. Yep. Unlock. And now we have to unlock more blue points so we can get even better marble. So we can get the marble grave fence 2. Oh man, we need so many blue points. And yet, astrologer, some acid to read the second part of the diary, and restoration tools to read the second part of the diary. What did this guy want? He wanted us to do something. A bucket of blood and 5 bloody nails. Very reasonable requests. Can't I just take nails and put blood on them? Do I have to get... Does it have to be from the dungeon? Make the zombie cut all this stuff apart. I know I'm not talking as much. I'm a little fatigued today, but I'm still here. I'm still having fun. So we're going to keep doing that. It's important to still do stuff even when you're not necessarily up for it. So I'm gonna. I'm hoping in the near future to do a long stream video. That is one of my hopes for the near future. I have a game in mind. It's a game I've played before, but not for a long time. Guts. That's what I was going for. Guts. Yes. Carve the body apart. We also need restoration tools, which the Snake? I think his name is Snake. Guy has Viper? I don't remember. Asp. Serpent. Cobra. Call me Commander. Wow, look at all that stuff that doesn't stack. That's inconvenient. I do still want that power up, which means I do still need to help the Inquisitor, which means I do still need to make wine. Huh? Not like that, Nero. Shut up. Fine. How do you want me to whine? What way will make you happy with me whining? What kind of whining will make you happy? You want it high and nasally? You want it blubbery and sad? Or do you want it earthy with notes of the oak barrel in which it was aged? Hey, it's Purple Day. We are going to get a ton more faith. It's the problem with playing for 30 minutes at a time. I lose track of what I'm doing, and I'm like, all right, I was going to do something else, and I didn't. Come on. Oh, you still need me to have a really nice, fancy graveyard, and that's not going to happen. But we're going to preach. I'd like to say a few words. Hey, we celebrated Father's Day. We celebrated Pride. Celebrated Juneteenth. I'm not as involved with that, but I'm very supportive. There's a lot of things to celebrate. There is always a reason to celebrate. Sure, there's plenty of reasons not to celebrate. There's plenty of reasons to celebrate. Find a reason to celebrate. Have some fun. Be happy to any degree. Even if it's just making a batch of cookies and being like, hey, after I have dinner, I have cookies. Make yourself something good and enjoy it. Let's go see what it takes to get grapevines. Because I heard it through the grapevines. Brewing, Zombie Vineyard. I could just get that. Yeah, I'll get that. Berry ferment. Brewing stand. Vine trellis, grave tops. Okay. All right, let's go figure out what's going on with this vineyard. I'd like to fix the fence of that garden. I probably can't do that until I own it. Typical. My landlord. Ugh. Hate that guy. But we're going to check out over here. Oh, we have to... Vine trellis. Okay, so we need to find... We also need some sticks. So we'll do that here in just a moment. Okay, so we need sticks to make vine trellis. Does this count as a trellis? I don't know. We'll clear a couple of them. And we'll go see if we can find somebody that'll sell us some grapevines, because I don't know how else to do that. Get them. Apparently we're farming again. Nobody else in this village knows how to farm properly, because otherwise I wouldn't have to do it myself. No, you know what? I'm wrong about that. And I'll explain why here in a minute. Okay, farmer doesn't have anything. Okay. The reason I'm wrong about that is because someone who is specialized in a skill doesn't mean you don't have to have any capacity for that skill. Sure, it can be that if you really want it to, but why would you? Just because someone is a computer specialist doesn't mean you don't need to know anything about computers. Because if you have a problem, you need to be able to explain to them what the problem is. Just because someone's a plumber doesn't mean you don't have to know how plumbing works at all. Who would sell grapes? Don't tell me it's the Inquisitor. Really don't tell me it's the merchant. Maybe it'll be the barkeep. Trade. Do you have any grapevines? No. Okay. I'm sure one of them told me and I just don't remember. It's fine. You need to be able to understand the basics of your problem so that you can have a specialist be able to take care of that problem for you. They can take care of it without you knowing, but it's going to be more expensive, more tedious for them, more tedious for you, and you have to very much just trust that they are doing everything exactly the way they say they are. Or you can have basic knowledge on how things work. I recommend that. We're going to look that up later. Right now, we're going to grind some more points. Gravestone 2? Stone grave fence. Stone grave fence, I think, is maybe a slightly more efficient way of doing this. Yeah, because it still gives us the same 5 points, and we're only wasting 1 stone per instead of 2. Yeah. 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 Oh, sorry. Wait, why aren't you working? No, I don't want a polished brick of stone. I want just stone, a piece of stone. I want a piece of stone. I want pizza stone. Stone pizza. Pizza stone. It's also the sake for when you go to the doctor. Yes, the doctor has years of practical experience and deep, serious education training. They know more about human physiology in general. However, you have to be your own diagnostician. You have to know what is right and what is wrong for your body working, or the bodies of your loved ones, or for whom you are responsible. You need to be able to communicate that. Because if you cannot communicate what is wrong, they cannot diagnose you correctly. Now, don't go down the rabbit hole of WebMD and all that. You can figure out your symptoms accurately and fairly decide on them. Like, am I actually experiencing this, or am I now experiencing it because it tells me this is the worst case scenario and that's something I should experience if there's a worst case scenario? And no, take a breath, calm down. What are you actually experiencing? That way you can communicate it with your doctors. And if you find a doctor that says, no, it's not a big deal, that you feel is ignoring you, find a different doctor. Yes, it's difficult, but it is so important that you know what you are doing when you go to doctors. Now, if every single doctor is telling you the same thing, even as they're listening to you, then yeah, maybe you need to evaluate what they're saying. But you know you best. Where was I going with this? I don't know. I had an idea with this, and now it's just gone. That happens sometimes. I regret nothing. I regret lots of things. I don't regret anything about this conversation, though, and I've had a fun time. I've had fun today, so it's been a good day. Yeah, it's been a good day. And yeah, I think that's probably as good of a place to conclude this as any. Shove this bone in the box. Take this body. Take the sin shard out. Nope. Start taking it out and then go take a nap. And that is where we'll conclude this week. Thank you for joining, my friends. I know this was a little off, a little wacky. It happens. But thank you for joining. And as always, take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. And I'll see you next week. For now, farewell.